Hi everyone, it's Karen. I wanted to talk today a little bit about codependency. I know if you've stumbled across my videos, I talk primarily about alcoholism and addiction and my experience with it. I've had a lot of experience as well with codependency. Codependency is a subtle disease. A lot of people suffer from codependency. For every alcoholic, there is probably a codependent close by. And the difference is that the consequences of an alcoholic and an addict's behavior is much more obvious than a codependent. Codependency may be disguised as a mother who loves their child so much and doesn't want to see them get hurt. It could be a father that's paying bail money, paying off tickets, and replacing cars. Could be a neighbor who's concerned because they haven't seen their neighbor come out of their house for days. An employer who is letting someone slide because they've been late to work and they can't seem to pull it together. Something seems to be wrong, so they just change their shifts instead of confronting the issue. Codependency has a lot of different faces, and the motives are always good intentioned, I believe. But people that suffer from codependency, I believe, suffer as much as the alcoholic and addict. In fact, more so, because the alcoholic and addict is drinking and using, and the codependent isn't. So it's a different kind of suffering. And it's hard because the motives seem good. So I think one of the ways I've seen people really find out the most about their codependency is when the one they love the most does get help. You would think that would be the most exciting day, right? Oh my God, the person I'm worried about and love is finally seeking help. They've gone into treatment, they're going to meetings, whatever it is. Why do I feel worse? That's a very good question. The feeling comes over you that all of a sudden you have no purpose, you have no worth, maybe a resentment. How come I tried to help this person all these years and now they're going to these meetings and they're finding these strangers are helping them? They're spending too much time there. They're not paying attention to me. Don't they know what I've given up for them? Codependency is a difficult issue, and it's very important to get help if you have codependency, because very much like the alcoholic delusion that I always talk about, codependency has its own delusion. Codependency is a way that you set yourself up to be victimized over and over and over again, and all with good intentions. It's a very difficult place to be, and Al-Anon is a great place for codependents to go. Al-Anon is a program of recovery for the codependent, for the family member, the loved one, the employer. I think everyone could benefit from going to some Al-Anon meetings. Setting up some boundaries. When is helping too much help? When do I stop? And it's a difficult deal. I talk a lot about it. I help a lot of families with this, and I think the first thing I'd say to someone is get help for yourself. It's like that old saying when you're on an airplane and the plane starts going down, they ask you to put the mask on yourself first and then put it on your children, your loved one. And that is true in the case of addiction. When you're dealing with this, you have to take care of yourself first. You have to have some boundaries. You know, you really have to have someone else help you with this, because it's hard to tell when you're helping someone. I mean, it's one thing if you've got a kid and they're 13, 14 years old and you're getting them help for their addiction. But when they're 30, 40 years old, they're grown adults, and they need to, they need to get some help. And the more that you aid in the help process, it's the longer before they hit their bottom and they really do something about it. I can say this as an alcoholic addict, there's really no reason, if you're making it so easy for them, there's no reason to get help. Why would you? I mean, it's not until all the options are over that you decide you need to do something different. And I don't care about who it is. Anytime we need to change something in our life, whether it's our weight, our job, our relationship, we don't change until we have to. So it's the same with this. People are not going to change unless they absolutely have to. And if you keep making it easy for them, if you keep justifying, rationalizing their behavior, then you're just creating a longer delay in getting help. And it's so hard. Tough love is the hardest thing I think you can ever practice. And it will benefit you in every area of your life if you can get this concept that you really only have to take care of yourself. You're responsible for yourself. And there is help for your loved ones, and it's readily available now. If they want help, they can get it. And the best way to do that is through having some boundaries. And I'm talking about love and tolerance. You can still love someone and say no. And I don't think a lot of people know that. But you can say, I love you, but I'm not going to do this anymore. I can't. It's killing me. It's killing my marriage. It's killing my finances. It is killing my relationship with your siblings. It's killing whatever. If it's your spouse, it's the same thing. I love you, but I'm not going to call in sick for you anymore. I'm not going to call your work. I'm not going to make excuses. I'm just not going to do it. You're on your own on this one. It's a tough spot. So if you happen to come past my blog or my videos and it seems like I'm just talking about addiction, I'm talking about a lot more. I'm talking about recovery in general. Recovery from all sorts of addictions, recovery from codependency, and the family afterwards. You know, what happens after the family member gets sober? What do you do with yourself? You know, all of a sudden you've got this big hole and you've got to recreate your life. So if you want to know more about this codependency, feel free to check out my blog, KarenGardinier.com. KarenGardinier.com. Check that out, and I'll also be posting some videos. You can always contact me personally if you have any questions, particular situations you need help with. I'm here to be helpful for sure. My experience is most valuable right now because it can help someone else. Have a great day. Bye.